This is Anita Chaudhary from class 8. Today we are going to discuss the chapter force. Force in a play around us. The object hanging on the wall, balancing, sitting, object spinning is all kind of some force. The example of force is balance force, unbalanced force, resultant force, contact force, non-contact force, gravitational force, electrostatic force, magnetic force, and many more. Based on the effects of force, we can say that the force is a push or a pull which changes something of an object. Now, effects of force. To study the force, one must have to see the effects of force. By effects of force, we mean that what force can do or what it can bring changes about. The first is that it can make a stationary object in motion, which is rest into motion. First, the object was in rest, you applied the force, it becomes in motion. For example, when you kick a football, it starts to move. When you push a book kept on the table, it moves. It's all example of rest into motion. But it is not necessary that the force make a stationary object motion. For example, if you push the wall of your classroom, it will not move. The reason behind is that the force applied by you is not sufficient to move the wall. So we can say that force can make a stationary body motion, or it tends to do that. The second is opposite of the first one, which is the force can make a moving object rest, which means motion into rest. Imagine your friend is riding a bicycle. If you apply the force opposite to your friend, the bicycle will stop or slows down. The third is that changes the direction. The force can change the direction. When a cricket player plays the cricket, if the cricket player hits the ball with the bat, it changes the motion as well as the direction of the ball. The fourth is changes the shape. The shape of an object. If you pull the spring hanging on the wall, it will change the shape. There is a soft object, if you apply some force, it will change the shape of an object. It is not necessary that force always change the shape of an object. So next is mathematical representation of force. So representation. The force, which is F, is always equal to the mass, which is m, into acceleration, which is a. The acceleration means that the final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time, where velocity is equal to the displacement divided by time. So you can say that acceleration is equal to the displacement divided by time square. So to find out the value of the weight of an object, we can do mass into gravitational force. The gravitational is a kind of a force, which is 9.8 meter per second square. So the next is units of force. There are SI unit and CGS unit, which is centimeter gram second. In the SI unit, the force is equal to the Newton. It is measured in Newton, and the mass is measured in kg, and the acceleration is measured in meter per second square. So in SI unit, the time is the second, and in CGS unit, the time is also second. So there is no mean of taking the relationships. So first is that the force is measured in Diam. Instead, in the mass is measured in gram, and the acceleration is measured in centimeter per second square. So if you take 1 kg of object and the acceleration is 1 meter per second square, the force applied will be 1 Newton. Similarly, if we have a 1 gram of an object into 1 centimeter per second square is the acceleration, so the force applied will be 1 Newton. So as we know that 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter, 1 kg is equals to 1000 gram. So to understand the relationship between the Newton and Dian, so we can write as in Dian, which is 1 gram is equal to the 1 gram is equal to so 1 gram is equals to 10 raised to the power of minus 3 kgs, or we can say that 1 kg is equals to 10 raised to the power of 3 gram. So which is into 1 centimeter, which is the 10 raised to the power of minus 2, 10 raised to the power of minus 2, and in 1 meter is equals to 10 raised to the power of 2. So if we will do that, it will be 10 raised to the power of 5 and 10 raised to the power of minus 5. So 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to the power of 5 Dian, and 1 Dian is equal to 10 raised to the power of minus 5 Newton. So that is the relationship between the 1 Dian and 1 Newton. So now let us solve some questions. So the first is that we have to convert 10 Newton into Dian, and the second is that we have to convert 50 Newton into CGS unit, which is always a Dian. So first we know that 1 Newton is equal to the 10 raised to the power of 5 Dian. So we will simply multiply 10 into 10 raised to the power of 5, which is equal to 10 raised to the power of 6. And in 50 Newton, the CGS unit, which is equal to the Dian, so we will multiply 50 in Newton into 10 raised to the power of minus 5, which is 50 raised to the power of 6. Sorry, it's not 50 raised to the power of 6, it's 5 into 10 raised to the power of 6. So the correct answer of the first is 10 raised to the power of 6 Newton, and that is 5 into 10 raised to the power of 6. So let's move to the next question. The next question says that the sum force is applied. The sum force is applied and the acceleration is 5.0 meter per second square, and the mass of an object is 15 gram. So we have to find the force applied in Newton. So there are two ways to do that. The first is that we have to convert these into the centimeter per second square into meter and 15 gram into kgs. So it will be 50. So it would be 0.05 meter, and like 15 divided by 1000, it will be 0.015 kgs. So if we will multiply 5, we get, so it is that 0.05 is written as per meter is written as the 5 into 10 raised to the power of minus 3, and it is written, it's minus 2, and this is written as 5 into 10 raised to the power of, so it's 15 into 10 raised to the power of minus 3. So if we calculate it, 75 into 10 raised to the power of minus 5 Newton. The correct answer of is that 75 into 10 raised to the power of minus 5 Newton. Let's move to the next question. So the next question is that if the force is 15 Newton and the mass is 5 kg and it is accelerating something for 2 seconds, which is time is 2 seconds. So find the velocity. So it is that, let's put the formula F is equals to ma, where F, if the acceleration is not given, so and it is given, if it is in multiplication, it will be in division. So force is 15 divided by 5, which is 3, is equals to acceleration. Let's put a formula in. Acceleration is equals to final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time. So we have time as 2 seconds and acceleration as 3 seconds. It is in division. Here it will become 3 into 2, which is 6. So the velocity is 6 meter per second square. So the 6 is the change in velocity of the acceleration. So the correct answer is change in the velocity is 6 meter per second square. So now let's move to the next question. The next question is to find out the weight of an object in both SI units and CGS unit. So the next question is that weight is unknown and we have to find out the weight. The mass is given as 25 kgs and we have to find out the weight in SI unit and CGS unit. We know that SI unit it is Newton and in CGS unit it is dyne. We know that the formula of weight is equals to mg. Where gravitational we know that it is 9.8 meter per second square. We can take it as 10. So 25 into 10 is 250 Newton. So in SI unit the weight will be 250 Newton of an object. And in CGS unit we know that 1 Newton is equal to 10 raised to the power of 5 dyne. So simply we will just 250 into 10 raised to the power of 5 dyne. As we can also write 25 into 10 raised to the power of 6 dyne. Now let's move to the second question. The second question says that the acceleration is given. The acceleration is given as 100 centimeter per second square. And the time is also given 2 seconds and the initial velocity is given as 2 meter per second square. So as it is in centimeter we will convert into the meter. So it will be 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter, it would be 1 meter. So we have to find out the final velocity of it. So it will be acceleration is given 100 or 1 meter is equals to, which is we do not have a final velocity, v minus 2 meter per second square, and the next is that here is 2 seconds. So friends, it is in 2, it will go and it will multiply. It is in division, it will be multiply. So 1 into 2 is 2 is equals to v minus 2 meter per second square. And it is in minus and negative, it will come and it will be positive. So 4 meter per second square is the final velocity of an object. So it will be 4 meter per second square. Now let's move to the next question. In next question, the object is in rest. The object is in rest and the time is given as 5 seconds. And the final velocity after the 5 second is the final velocity is 20 meter per second square. And the force applied is 100 newtons. So we have to find out the weight mass of an object. So first here we will find out the acceleration, which is A is equals to the final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time, which here is equals to the final velocity was 20 and the initial velocity was in rest, and it will be 0, and the time is 5 seconds, so it would be 4. The acceleration is 4 meter per second square. Now let's put the formula F is equals to ma, where force is given 100 newtons and mass is unknown. So m into acceleration is 4 meters per second square. So it is in multiplication. Here it will become in division. So 4 meter per second square. So if we will simplify it further, it would be 25. The mass will be 25 kg. So the answer of this is the mass is equals to 25 kg. So friends, in this video we have discussed what is the force, what are the effects of force, and how can we represent the mathematical representation, and what are the units, and solve some questions. In next video we will discuss about the balanced force, unbalanced force, and resultant force, contact force, non-contact